I'm just smoking up the herbs, guys. Our only sacrament. Herbs is for the service of man and grass is for the cows. Yeah, I'm Mr. One Half Rockers blazing.
Blazing.
This is Zachary representing all the herbalists them in Slovakia. I'm Mr. One Half Rockers.
Roll up our next spliff. Roll up our next spliff. Come on, you take the next one.
No cocky and give we more ganja. Roll up and next flip, roll up and next flip. I am on no ramp when him a bone ganja. You know the Rasta man him chatting from the hill. Which part the herb grown up?
What up, what up, what up? You know who it is your boy. That Big Daddy Papas Fritas, your host on the next spliff. What's good? What's going on? How are you? I'm doing great. Oh, thank you.
Okay. I thought you were asking me.
Well, I was talking to the crowd.
Oh.
You know?
I see.
I was talking to the listener.
You were talking to the fan.
Yeah, to the fan.
Yeah, to the fan.
Singular.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm your host, the Big Daddy Papas Fritas, your host on the next spliff. Wow, I even fucked that up.
Yeah, you did.
Your host on the next spliff. And today we got my boy here. I'm with my son.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this little podcast right here today. Mm-hmm. It's a Saturday night. Mm-hmm. It's Leap Day.
It is Leap Day.
Leap Day, February 29th, 2020. And we about to bless you with a little something. So we got a little video action going on here. We're going to see how this works out. We'll throw it up on YouTube. Go ahead and make fun of us. Because there's no faces. Because we're trying to be anonymous. Because in real life, we're famous people. And we don't want anybody to know who we are. It's like the masked singer, the masked podcaster.
Yeah, and we don't want to leverage our celebrity for... Yeah. We want our fans to come to the podcast strictly for the inspiring content that we provide.
That's right. I don't want everybody to know that I'm really Brad Pitt.
Fuck, shit, bro. What are you doing, bro?
They didn't hear it.
What are you doing,
I'll edit that out later,
That was the whole point of this.
I'll leave that on the cutting room
Should we just cut this now?
No, that's all right. I'll cut it later. Don't worry. Leave it up to me. I'm an engineer.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is you're saying the engineer. I remember when you did the movie. Fuck, bro. I'm so sorry.
Stop it.
I didn't mean to do that, bro. That's
What's the matter with you, George Clooney?
Bro. I'm really just using a voice changer.
Jeez. All right. So we'll go back and cut all this out, right? So today, me and my son, or my son and I don't even know what's the correct way to say that.
Doesn't matter.
You have any fucking idea? I'm so confused with that grammar part right there. Is it my son and I, or is it me and my son?
It's always I. I'll be like, the three of us and I.
Yeah. You use it all in the wrong context.
Just to be sure, especially where I work, there's some people that'll grammar check you with their eyes.
Yeah.
You'll say something and they'll give you like a...
Do you ever, since you work in this city, do you ever get woke checked?
No. I get, like I just said, like...
Grammar check.
They'll
grammar check you.
But not like put my hand on your chest. Right. More like, I'm going to look at you weird. And make you feel poor.
Right. That's crazy.
You know, I found out the other day that two of my clients separately own two $200 million companies.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not going to name any. Obviously not going to name any.
Let's not even name the realm where you work.
No.
Obviously, it's in New York City because everybody knows that we're in New York City.
One of my clients, I looked him up.
Wow.
And he has his company. He himself actually brought his company from $80 million in revenue to $200 million in revenue.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, look. So check this out. 200 million.
200 million.
That's almost as much as what this podcast is worth.
Almost.
Right? So anyway, today my son and I are going to do a little we're going to do a little comparisons, right? So last week when we were watching the Tyson Fury fight, we tried some of these right here, these KingPalm minis. And we really liked them a lot, right?
Yeah, they were really good.
These were really good. These are the minis. They come in 3 different sizes. The mini fits about a little bit less than a gram. I mean, you could probably pack a gram in there if you wanted to. But we really enjoyed these. These
are good for personal use.
Yeah, these are good for personals. You jam about a gram in there. It's got a corn husk,
You just
filter.
love saying that word.
Well, it is what it is.
I feel like you feel like a connoisseur when you say. You know, it's funny when you say it. You enunciate. It has a corn husk.
Well, you know, we are broadcasting to millions of people. It would be nice to use proper pronunciation. So anyway, it has a corn husk, a husky corn filter. Really nice. Burns slow. Tastes great.
No tobacco.
No tobacco. So for you people that smoke blunts because you like the tobacco taste, I think this is a good alternative. It has a very good flavor to it.
If it was cheaper, I'd smoke it more.
That's the problem, right? These are the minis, and you see right there, 2 for $1.99. So they're basically $1 a piece. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit on a budget. Usually, I'm smoking these raw right here. Right? For example, this pack, this is 300 in a pack. Mm-hmm. I bought like 5 of these, and it cost less than $20, and that was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's 1,500 J's.
For how much money?
Less than $20.
That's insane.
Right? So 2.5 years later, I'm on my last pack, and I still got, a couple of hundred in there. I got plenty in there.
That means you smoked 1,200 blunts.
Yeah, well, joints. These are 1 1/4. These are the small ones.
Those aren't the king ones.
These aren't the kings. These you get about a little more than half a gram in a J. You get about 0.6, 0.7. Mm-hmm. You could probably pack 0.8 in there if you're Gavonin, right? But, these KingPalm minis with the corn husk filter, $2 for 2, so $1 a piece, a little bit rich for my blood. I'll use them once in a while, but not on the Reggie, right? Mm-hmm. So today we found this product right here.
I think this is going to be a dud, to be honest.
So he thinks it'll be a dud. It's called OME. I don't know what the fuck it stands for.
They're essentially the same thing.
But it's hemp. It's an organic pre-roll. It's not hemp. It's a palm leaf. Okay?
I see it. Yeah. I mean, it's better than rolling a blunt. But it looks like just because of the amount of money you spent on it, the quality should be a little lower.
My point is that it's about the same type of product as this.
It's bigger and there's more. It's crazy that this costs more.
Right. So both of them claim to hold about 0.08 grams, as that says on the bottom. Mm-hmm. This one also says it could hold about 0.08 grams. So
it looks thicker, this one.
It looks thicker. Well, you know what? Here, why don't you open this, and I'll open this one. And we'll take them out and we'll compare them, all right? So the OME ones, right?
Unless the filter on that is huge.
It does look a lot bigger unless it's got a really big filter. And it comes with a little sticky icky. I got my own sticky.
I can't take this out.
Look, these are nice. See, I got my own. I already have mine. The dark brown one is mine. So go ahead and show them up and compare the sizes.
I mean, they are kind of similar in size.
Let's see. Ooh, yeah, they're about similar in size. They're pretty similar. It looks like
this one's a little
the
thicker.
OME is a little bit bigger. But
if you look at the color, though.
Yeah.
If you look at the color of these, you're seeing more of like a purple.
Well, that's the thing. The KingPalm is greener. Greener's always nicer, I think, but let's see. Maybe it's not because the OME one is kind of brown.
It looks a little more organic.
Since we already smoked one of the KingPalm last week, we're going to start off with this OME. All right, we'll start off with that one. We haven't rolled any trees yet. As you can see, I'm running low on bud. I got a new shipment coming on Monday. So
shipment,
yeah.
This guy,
boom. A little Budinsky for me and my boy. All right. So, while I grind this up, Macho, you can take us away.
How often right now would you say you're smoking?
I'm smoking anywhere between 2 to 4 times a day. On the weekdays that I work, I never smoke before or during work, right?
No, me neither.
So I'll get home from work.
And not because you can't.
No.
Not because you can't function.
I could function. I do it out of respect.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm getting paid well. I have a serious job, and I owe him,
that much.
I owe him that much to make sure that I'm, level-headed, even though I think I'm perfectly level-headed with, if anything. But I don't want to open anything up to interpretation from anybody there.
Yeah, because I remember when you were filming Fight Club. Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
Come on, bro.
Shit,
You're making me work with these edits, bro.
Come on, man.
You know?
Fuck. But seriously, though. Like
on the weekends, really, I smoke. I get do between 4 to 5.
Where are you at today?
To be honest, I've only smoked once today.
With me?
Yeah, we smoked once before the gym.
Yeah.
And as you know, our plans got a little derailed today.
A little bit.
With some extra company that came by the house, and we weren't able to do our thingy. Mm-hmm. So, it's hours later. So I'm way behind on my smoking schedule for today.
You're way behind on your triage.
Yeah. It's not a good situation.
When you were younger, at your peak, where were you at, numbers-wise?
I mean, about
don't be afraid to sound like
no. It's about the same. I mean, to be honest,
you've never been at the point where you're like, holy shit, like I'm really putting it away. Like I need to chill.
No, I mean, the only time I smoked like a quarter ounce a day is if I had friends over, and when friends or cousins come over, I get very generous and I start doling out the spliffs like they're going out of style. And, then I could go through a quarter ounce in a day, no problem. Maybe even a half ounce at sometimes. But no, if I'm by myself.
Even in your 20s.
Even in my 20s. I mean, in my 20s, maybe I smoke 4 or 5 times a day. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, weed is,
There's also only so many hours.
You fall asleep, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking weed, too much weed, you fall asleep.
There's a guy on YouTube. His name is Steve Will Do It. And what he does is insane drinking and weed challenges.
Oh, my God.
So one of the videos he did was he smoked a big 100-gram dab. He smoked the whole thing.
How long does it take to smoke a 100-gram dab?
I don't know. It seems like
now that's something that I would like to see. And,
the video itself?
Yeah. If we would have had
it's a long video.
Queued up.
It's an 11-minute video.
You could cue it up to certain spots to make it interesting, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do me a favor. Start getting this guy ready. Get everything out. Wait. Get it out. Still got... Grab the fucking thing. There you go. There you fucking go. This guy, bro. Holy shit, man. All right. So I'm almost done crushing up the trill now.
I'll say this. When I was in high school... During summers, when I wasn't in school, my numbers were pretty high.
Right.
But then when I got out of high school, it was a completely different ballgame.
Right.
Like everything obviously just got exponentially more serious. So you're kind of just like, maybe I shouldn't smoke 7 times today.
See, I kind of feel like when you smoke that often,
it's masking something.
It's not just that. You don't really get high after a while. If you want to get high when you smoke a joint, you can't smoke back to back.
It may as well be like smoking a cigarette because you're really just smoking to smoke. You're smoking to see smoke come out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's it.
Like I have a buddy of mine who hopefully will come on the podcast one day.
Oh, that boy smokes baby arms left
crazy
and right.
trees. He smokes stupid trees. And I remember when I used to smoke with him. I still smoke with him, but when in high school he had this friend Raul.
I know him.
And Raul was he's a good kid.
I mean, is he a lightweight though when it comes
lightweight?
to
No. None of them are. I mean, shit, bro. When Isaiah was smoking with us, he got to the point where he wasn't a lightweight because he was just smoking a lot. And this guy would just the activity was to smoke.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when we hung out, I'm pretty sure he always
blunt
had
one out, light another one.
Yeah.
So hold on one second. So check this out. I just want everybody to know what's going on here. As you can see, my little kit. I got my little scoopity yoop right here. Okay. I got a little plastic credit card situation. All right. And I get everything on my little, this is called a filler. See that right there? And we're going to take this OME.
That looks like it's unrolled a little at the top.
Yeah, but so these also look that way. That should be fine. All right, so we're going to take this, and we'll use the stick that came with it just so we could test it out, right?
Yeah.
And we'll just pack this boy right here.
I ripped one OD, bro. I'm so sorry.
Oh, man, if it smells, I'm going to fucking kill you.
For sure.
So go ahead. Keep on going with Raul.
So he, that's what the thing was.
The
activity was to smoke. We went over there, and he was a cool guy. Like I would smoke, but I wasn't one of the guys to where like I always had ounces of weed on me. So I would show up with, as you like to say, hungry lungs.
You show up with empty pockets and hungry lungs.
And occasionally I obviously throw money here and there. I've trained a couple of the guys for free a couple times. And bro, it was like 7, 8, 9 times where after a while I'm just like, I don't want to smoke this shit anymore.
What the fuck, bro? I need a break.
And at that level, hear me talking about it like it's the major leagues of smoking, but at that level that these guys were smoking at, it's almost like frowned upon to be like, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah. There's a bravado to it.
Yeah. And I remember
smoke until you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Until you OD, which is the same thing as falling asleep.
I remember a couple times smoking at their house where I just pretended to leave because I was like, I just don't want to smoke anymore. Like, I'm just done. And like, I'm not going to sit here and not smoke.
Right.
So I'm just going to go home.
Got it.
And I know that they just keep smoking. And like, looking back on it now, like such a waste. Such of a waste.
Yeah.
Such a fucking waste. Such a waste to the point where it was like you said, you're not getting higher anymore. And it's like hurting your throat to smoke it.
Right.
It's not even enjoyable.
Yeah. I don't appreciate
it's
that.
It's like a sport almost.
Yeah. No, it's like not even a sport. It's like an endurance sport.
Like a punishment.
It's like running a marathon. That first mile feels great, but by that 26th mile, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing to myself? So it's kind of like that.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
So let's just give a quick update here. So right now, the OME blunt wrap, or palm wrap, I should say, is full. It's ready to go. And before we spark it, I want to see how much weed we fit in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out one from the bag that is not yet rolled. And I'm just going to weigh it up on the scale. And then I'll weigh the one that's filled with weed so we can see what we're looking at.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. We got the scale out. I'll turn it on.
We use this scale for food, by the way.
Yeah, of course. It's a food scale. Hello. So 0.8 is what it weighs empty. And you know what we'll do? We'll just bada bing, bada boom. And then we'll drop this guy on there. Oh, wow.
A gram, almost a gram on the dot.
So 1.1 grams. So this, I'll tell you right away, it fits more weed than the KingPalm. But one thing I noticed already that's different than the KingPalm, and not as good, is...
It's not as pretty.
And you're going to laugh at me, but the KingPalm has that corn husk filter. This...
The filter's not corn husk.
It has... What is that?
Not corn husk.
What is it, motherfucker?
I don't know.
Take a look.
I don't know the material by name. You tell me.
It looks like the same material of the
leaf.
Of the leaf. So,
let me see. Okay, go.
Yeah, if you could look at it right there, see it.
Fuck my life, bro.
Can you see it?
Doing that, yeah.
Look,
I see it. Yeah.
All right. So if you're looking at the KingPalm filter, booyah, big difference.
Pretty stacked, also.
That's what you're paying for right there. Is that nice filter? Well, we're 18 minutes in and we haven't even blazed this thing yet.
So what are we going to do? Are we going to like stop the video and keep the podcast going?
Well, should we?
Or do you want to cut this and then just start a podcast immediately right now?
Let's do this. We'll start blazing this. And we'll let this go for 30 minutes.
The video?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is about time for that Spliff.
I mean, honestly, in 12 minutes, it might be done.
Might not be.
No, I don't know.
So right off the bat, I'll tell you, it doesn't taste as good as the KingPalm. Mm-hmm. Doesn't taste terrible, but you could tell the taste is not as good.
Yeah. I like, I don't know, with blunts, I just have this weird nostalgia. Like, I started smoking them, so like, there's a certain smell of like Game Dutches,
right?
That like sends a shiver down my spine.
That I
remember when like I first started smoking.
So it's a good
memory. Because it's like it brings me back to that like.
It brings you back to that time in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. We're gonna keep going and we're gonna keep smoking it and we're gonna see where it goes. But right off the bat, I'm gonna say it doesn't taste as good as the KingPalm, which sucks because I just bought 30 of them.
Yeah, you literally was like, yeah, let me get 10.
Yeah, fuck it, bro. They're cheap.
Yeah, they're cheap.
I mean, $1, you get 3 of them.
And you figure what? You end up smoking 30 grams of weed?
Yeah.
They all fit a gram.
Yeah, so you get 30 of them for $10, and these are $2, and these are $1 a piece.
$2.
So basically, you know, 30 of these would cost, fuck, bro, help me with my math. 30 of these would cost $30.
It's the same thing.
30 of these cost $10.
$10, yeah.
Big difference.
A little bit. 3x. But yeah, I remember, you know,
It's good.
Especially now, like, that weed's just becoming more and more accessible.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm old enough to have had remembered when you would have to, like, go to people. You'd have to know a guy.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to a guy's house, know a secret password, know a guy who knows a guy, go somewhere you're unfamiliar.
It's upsetting to me, you know, that weed.
I'm glad because it's safer.
What is safer?
Buying weed
Today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for young.
That's nothing. When I was in my late teens, maybe even early 20s, you know, you had to have a guy. If you didn't have a guy, you'd have to go to the projects and buy. And that was the worst. Buying in the project was the worst.
Look, yeah.
Walking into the building, walking up the piss-smelling stairs, and then, you know, you know exactly which apartment you go to, slide the money under the table. It was so fucking
for like
shady.
a dime bag.
Yeah, for $10.
For you to smoke once.
And then you'd leave there, and God forbid you saw a cop because you shit in your pants.
Yeah.
You know? You shit your pants almost immediately.
100%.
But still, we're so behind. Like
New York, you mean?
Yeah, New York is so behind. I mean, you know, even like, for example, you know, the next Spliff, we have a Twitter account and an Instagram account. And of course, you gravitate towards all the 420 related accounts on there. And, you know, you wind up following a lot of people from the recreational legal,
Colorado,
the Denver.
California, Boston.
Exactly. And you see the treats that these motherfuckers get.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting the top. I mean, they have such a variety of bud to smoke from. And they're so much more educated than we are.
Yeah.
They know the tree. They know what it's supposed to do, body high, head high, what kind of weed you should smoke if you want, you know.
We just smoke.
For your appetite. We just smoke whatever we can get our hands on.
We just smoke, yeah. And I think, like, if you notice, there's certain rules, and I don't know if it's because of, like, the New York culture or who's in control, you know, politically, but, like, it took them a while to get fighting legalized here. Gambling's not legal here.
That's the shit, bro. It's like New York City supposed to be the most liberal place in the United States.
The biggest melting pot in the world, essentially.
But we lag behind when it comes to those type of things, you know?
Yeah. And I think it could be in an effort to... Because
how does Denver pass us?
I don't know. I don't know enough about politics.
How did Denver get legal weed before New York City, bro? That's an embarrassment.
I think it'll all come to fruition eventually. But even so, like, I mean,
well,
what do you do now that you wouldn't do?
I mean, you know what I would do is I would really have a variety of weed. For me, it's about the variety of weed.
You would be a collector.
Yeah, like right now, to be honest, I buy about anywhere between 2 to 4 ounces at a time, right? Because I don't like to be searching for weed every week or even every other week. I want to buy weed for the month, right? So, you know, for me to get the best value, I got to buy, you know, 2 to 4 ounces of the same weed.
Yeah.
So that means I'm smoking the same weed for that entire month. You tell a motherfucker in California, Denver, that they got to smoke the same weed for the entire month. Yeah. They might get triggered.
Yeah. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, they might get triggered.
And then,
bro.
like, you know,
they'll start looking for a safe space.
I know I would do a lot of like edibles and like I would do the plethora.
I would do edibles once in a while. I'm not a big fan of the edibles.
I like the edibles because it's like it's smoking without smoking. So like you could if you know how to dose it,
right?
Because I've seen comedians specifically say that they'll take like 10 milligrams and it'll give them like an even.
Right, yeah.
And then when they want to smoke later, yeah.
See what I would do. I would fuck with those dabs. That's what I would fuck with.
1,000%.
I would fuck with the dabs. I've been smoking for over 30 years.
Never done a dab.
And I've never done a dab in my life, bro. That's an embarrassment.
That's an issue. Yeah.
That's an embarrassment.
Mm-hmm. I should take your license away.
Yeah, bro.
I should take your weed smoker's license away.
I would do dabs. I would also get, because around here you could get vape cartridges The problem
they're
is
not
that
as strong, and they're just,
no, that by the time we get them, you don't know if they're legit.
Yeah.
They could be fake. They could be counterfeit. They could be fucked up. You know, they might get you high, but they got other shit in there that might be fucking you up.
Yeah.
In California, they got really good vapes.
they got a good everything.
Yeah, they got good everything, you know. So, you know, for that, I can't wait till they go legal. I know that, you know, we've been trying to find out what's going on in New York City with the legal situation.
But, yeah, it just never seems like there's ever any real traction.
The fucking politicians fuck it all up. The politicians, obviously it's a democratic state, right? They should figure out a fucking way. The problem is they step on each other's toes.
It's also going to change the economy.
Yeah, of course.
Big time. If it becomes legal. Because I think because New York City is such a big market that the minute it happens, oh, bro, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to change, change the...
Well, that's the problem. They know that. The politicians know that, and they're trying to control
do you think
who's going to get the money.
Like, if a recession hits, then they'll legalize weed, and that'll kind of uptick the economy at that point in time?
I don't know. I mean,
because regardless of people's financial situations, I still think a lot of people are buying weed.
Yeah, well, I think New York is on the hook that they got to get it done this year. Because look, on our borders, Massachusetts, they got it done. Yeah. New Jersey is going to get it done this year, supposedly, even though they have a lot of the same problems as New York City with the excuse me. They have a lot of this with the politicians kind of trying to outdo each other. Yeah. But New York will have it. Massachusetts will have it. I mean, all of the surrounding states around us are going to have it, which means that we're leaving, as a state, they're leaving money on the table if they don't legalize it. Because that money is going to wind up going to those neighboring states that have recreational legal marijuana. They're going to, you know, it's going to go there.
Move there.
Yeah, I mean, they won't move there, but they'll drive there and get weed. That's weed. That's money. That's money that, you know, they can be making.
That's a tough way to say you're moving somewhere else. Oh, yeah, they just legalized.
They just legalized. I'm going to move to Jersey.
Yeah.
Finally. Yeah. Imagine, you know, because I always say, I've never moved to New Jersey.
Jersey sucks.
New Jersey's legalized weed. Fuck, let's go pack the kids.
So Bayonne?
Yeah, really.
Bayonne, or you thinking Jersey City? You know, I haven't been opposed to living in Jersey City. Jersey City's nice.
Jersey City's dope.
And you know what's funny?
It might as well be New York City. Yeah, it's right there.
So close.
It's right there.
It's the Staten Island of Jersey.
Yeah.
It's the Staten Island of Jersey. So you know,
except it's easier to get to.
It's not. I mean, is it?
Yeah, it's a fucking PATH train ride.
Yeah, but the PATH train.
One stop.
I don't know if it runs on. I don't know. Anyway, that's
okay. Got it.
But do you remember that horrible mass shooting, the suicide guy that shot up in some attack in Jersey City?
Yes. Yeah.
That day, or like 2 days before that, I was talking with my girl, and we were looking at apartments in Jersey City. And then once that happened, she was like, I don't want to live in Jersey City anymore. And then now we don't look in Jersey City, but Jersey City has some nice properties.
Well, that's one thing you could give Staten Island. We have yet to have a mass shooting.
Dude, you know what I mean? Like, knock on wood.
Yeah. Staten Island, you know, Staten Island is a borough. It's one of the 5 boroughs of New York City, but there's like, you know, not nearly as much crime as there are in the other boroughs. Murders.
Is that also not as populated?
And it's also a Trump land out here. Everybody in Staten Island loves Trump, except us. No, but Staten Island is big time Trump city. A lot of Trump fans out here. You know, in the 2016 election, it's the only borough in New York City that voted Trump, and I think it was like 80%. So you know what it is? There's plenty of brown people in Staten Island. They just don't vote.
Yeah,
the white people get out and vote. They're they're voting. Fuck that shit. Yeah. They're voting, but you know, a lot of us don't vote. Do you vote?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, great. Well, thanks for that.
So, what are you thinking so far about this OME? I'm sorry.
It's good.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Did I make a mistake buying 30 of them?
No. I mean, you're still gonna smoke your raws, but now you got them. You know what I mean?
I'll smoke them.
You got them now, so it's like,
I'm definitely
fuck
gonna smoke them. I mean, we're gonna do a KingPalm right after this. Right after this episode, we're gonna come back and we're gonna roll and smoke a KingPalm, and we're gonna give you some feedback on it. Now, you know what I'm saying, and you'll see. We'll know right away. We'll go take a little break. We'll clean the palate. We'll drink a little something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have a little snack.
This is still going strong, though.
This is such an interesting video. There's like nothing in the video.
No.
Maybe if you moved over, at least let them see your torso, something, bro. Shit. There you go, big guy. There you go. Yeah, so hopefully this will come out nice on YouTube, and I hope you people commented on, even if you hate it, let us know.
Yeah,
we don't mind that at all. We have pretty thick skin, so yeah, bring it.
Yeah,
this is mostly filter, to be honest.
It's not. There's still a bunch of weed in there.
You got meat still?
Yeah, bro. This is the filter.
No, look, but look, there's no weed inside there. See, squeeze it. See?
What's the filter here? Oh, this.
The filter's down there, but the weed didn't get filled. You see?
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, that's. Wait, don't clip it yet. Well,
that's weird. Why did it do that?
I don't know. We'll do it like this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We just blazed.
It wasn't that good.
An OME palm leaf.
What do you rate it? Out of 10.
I rated a 6 out of 10.
And why?
Why? Because it didn't suck.
No, but why not an 8?
Why not an 8? Because it didn't have great flavor.
It didn't have great. It tasted.
It's brown. It tastes brown.
Yeah.
Right? The KingPalm.
It had a different.
It tastes green. You taste it. You taste it different.
You don't think there's a placebo?
I don't know.
Because you see the color. It did taste weird.
Too.
It did taste weird.
Well, we're going to smoke that one next, but I feel like this
one... It tasted a little more harsh.
This was definitely a little harsh. It was unflavored. It was bland.
I wonder what would it be like if you threw some Fonto in there.
You have any Fonto?
I don't.
Yeah. I mean...
Because at the end of the day, it's not tobacco. So if you threw a little in there, I think it might be a nice hit. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Is this thing hot or not?
There's weed in there, I feel like.
Yeah, this is done.
But like around the tips.
Let's see. Did I leave weed in there? No, it's empty. See?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was good stuff, right? So... We're going to come back in a few. We're going to take a little break. We're going to roll up another. We'll talk some more shit. Hopefully you'll tag along, all right? Till the next Spliff, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, I'm Mr. One Africa's blazing. This is Zachary representing hard herbalist them in Slovakia. I'm Mr. One Africa's. Roll up and next flip, roll up and next flip. No cocaine, give we more ganja. Roll up and next flip, roll up and next flip. I am on no ramp when him a bone ganja. You know the Rasta man him chatting from the hill. Which part the herb grown up in the hill. But now one split and him touch the ceiling. Him just can't